Rath Yatra prior to the announcement of the dates of assembly polls had actually highlighted the development work done in the state in the last 5 years, and also tried to once again pitch in for the development agenda that the party had promised when it came to power in the state, routing the CPIM 5 years back. And once again, as we heard just a short while before this Rath Yatra began, we heard NEDA convener Hemanta Biswa Sharma saying development is the sole agenda on which the BJP is once again contesting this poll. There's no other agenda. It's a single agenda, and that is development. So clearly, the BJP has its eyes on a majority, a clear majority this time. That's what has also been reiterated by the NEDA convener. And from past experiences, of course, there is a certain amount of survey and certain amount of work been put in before, as before the NEDA convener comes to a number, zeros on a number. So definitely, well, if we may say, the BJP's prospects may be bright, but having said that, it's going to be very challenging this time, Ronak. As you rightly pointed out, the CPIM Congress alliance, we have the CPIM Congress alliance on the one hand, we have a rising Tipra Motha, and the equations are not the same. Yes, it may not be the same CPIM of 2018, but still the alliance with the Congress, we have to wait and watch if that does make a difference. Again, we have the Tipra Motha, which is contesting as many as 42 seats, but 22 seats in Axis, which is outside the TCADC area. So we have to see how that plays out. Then we have there's like the TMC, who are also contesting in close to a couple of dozen seats. So yes, a lot of factors there, a lot of equations, a lot of permutations and combinations. We have to wait and watch. But right now, it's a mega show of strength by the BJP in Agartala. Chief Minister Manik Saha on his way to file nomination papers. We can see hundreds of supporters who have joined him in this Rath Yatra. BJP's top strategist, master strategist for the Northeast, for Eastern India, Hemanta Biswa Sharma, is there with CM Manik Saha. We have Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh. Sambit Patra is there. The host of other BJP leaders are there. And it is not just Manik Saha who is filing the nominations today. Top leaders from across parties. We are just getting to know that Sudeep Roy Barma of the Congress, as we speak, is on his way to file his nomination papers. And we'll also have top leaders of the CPIM, the Tipra Motha, other parties, TMC, also filing majority of the candidates, mind you, are filing their nomination papers today. And we are expecting close to over 200 to 250 nominations being filed today. So it's going to be a busy day today in Agartala. And yes, these are visuals. These are defining visuals of the selection of this festival of democracy that we see on our screens. Campaigning will pick pace once the nomination filing is over today. From tomorrow, we'll see increased campaigning. The BJP is of course waiting its star campaigners, starting from Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Union Home Minister Amit Shah, National President, BJP National President JP Nadda, NEDA convener Hemanta Biswa Sharma, among others, who will be touring Tripura to campaign for the party. A lot at stake for the BJP, Ronak. The opposition has united. The opposition has united in Tripura in a bid to defeat the BJP. So this will be a litmus test for Manik Saha. This will be a litmus test for BJP National President JP Nadda as far as Tripura is concerned, and of course a test for NEDA convener Hemanta Biswa Sharma. But the BJP definitely is in very capable hands. That we can say top strategists that are part of the party. So the election is going to be really interesting, Ronak. And well, in Northeast Live, we'll be bringing this for our viewers, all the minute-to-minute updates.
Absolutely, absolutely, Nabron. Indeed, it will be a very interesting and fascinating elections, if I may say so myself. Nabron, coming back and touching on something which you just mentioned right now, the Congress and the CPIM, if we look historically, they've not always got along on the best of terms. However, despite all of that, they've decided to set aside their differences and join hands and take on the BJP together. And right now, what we see on our screens is, of course, a massive show of strength by the BJP itself. So, there's clearly strength in numbers as far as the Tripura elections is concerned, isn't it?
Absolutely. In fact, the sheet-sharing pact between the Congress and the CPIM was written on the wall all along. The two parties have been holding discussions, talks for almost 6 months now, even though they were unsure of going for a formal seat sharing pact. But yes, that was the indications were clearly there. For almost a year now, we have had the Congress leader Sudeep Roy Burman pitching for a united opposition time and again, and definitely that was the best bet, if you can see, under the circumstances for the opposition, and that was also an expected line. But that definitely once again brings the CPI movies, which was down and out even a year ago when we had the municipal polls, is now back in the reckoning, if we can say, post that alliance. So definitely that has made the battle more interesting. That cannot be ruled out. But yes, the BJP is still confident, and there, as you can see on your screens, Ronak, Chief Minister Manik Saha, the NEDA convener Himanta Biswa Sharma, N. Biren Singh, waving to the crowd, greeting the crowd, and of course, defining visuals once again. So yes, coming back to the CPI Congress alliance, or seat sharing, as they're calling it, they're not calling it people alliance, they're calling it a seat sharing formula. Definitely, it has made this elections very interesting. We have to wait and see, how it augurs for the two. But of course, it was a setback to them when the Tipra Motha, they had also appealed the Tipra Motha to join the alliance. Of course, the Tipra Motha decided to go on its own. Pradyut Debbarma, the Tipra chief, has always maintained that unless he gets a written confirmation, a written commitment by a party that they will back the Greater Tipra demand, he will not go for any pre-poll alliance. There were also talks of speculation of a last-minute pre-poll alliance between the BJP and the Tipra Motha. That didn't work. But what the BJP leadership did well here, Ronak, is that at one point in time, it seemed that the IPFT may well merge or unify with the Tipra Motha. So probably the moment they realized that the alliance with Tipra Motha is not happening, what our sources are telling us is that the BJP quickly got its act together and brought the IPFT on board, and the alliance is intact. And that definitely has, in a way, frustrated the Tipra Motha a bit. That is clear from the tweets that has been put on by Pradyut Debbarma. If you remember, on the day when the BJP and the IPFT announced the alliance, Pradyut Debbarma in a tweet mentioned that that none of the top IPFT leaders are responding to calls, and he also hinted at an quote-unquote operational lotus. So definitely, that was a masterstroke in a way. Political observers say by the BJP getting the IPFT back on board. That was very important. It was one may say that the IPFT is down and out, but it's very symbolic, especially in the TTADC areas, to keep the IPFT an indigenous party, a regional party, still as an ally, even though they're contesting only on 6 seats. So yes, the BJP making its moves very well, but we'll have to wait and watch for result day to see if that goes into none.
Absolutely. And number, very quickly, we're, speaking of other parties, we're also expecting the likes of Sudeep Roy Burman and your, Jishnu Dev Burma, amongst others, to also file their nominations in a short while from now, isn't it?
Top leaders across parties, cutting across party lines, will be filing their nominations today. Last day of nomination filing. Not much time actually for the candidates. Tripura, the first to go to elections on February 16th among the 3 states in the region. The other 2, Meghalaya and Nagaland, going to polls on February 27th. So there was not much time. The parties had to release their candidate list. They had to hurry with the list, and half of them, most of them had announced the list barely 24 or 48 hours ago before the last day of filing nominations. So yes, that's why we have a huge rush today for nomination filing on expected lines, Ronak. So yes, big day for the candidates. Formally, they're entering the poll battle, and yes, campaigning will pick pace starting tomorrow.
Absolutely. Hurry, 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 as time is not your friend right now, as the clock is ticking away on the last day of filing nominations for the Tripura Assembly elections. Nambarun Goswami, our news editor, thank you very much for bringing us all of those inputs. And yes, viewers, as we wait for the other leaders to file their nominations as well, the other candidates who will be contesting this crucial Tripura elections, such as the likes of Sudeep Roy Burman from the Congress, and also we have the Deputy Chief Minister Jishnu Dev Burma, who is also expected to file his nominations in a short while from now, as well as a host of other candidates who will be filing their nominations in the course of the day, as we witness these live visuals coming in from Agartala, viewers, and constantly the Chief Minister himself Manik Saha, accompanied by NEDA convener Himanta Biswa Sharma, Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh, all flashing the victory sign as a crowd, a huge sea of supporters, are escorting them to the Ravindra Bhavan for the filing of nomination. And we will keep bringing you all the latest live updates from the last day of filing nominations for the Tripura elections, viewers. But right now it's time for a very, very short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Stay with us.